I'm Abba Abdurrahman, founder and CEO of Result Institute for Personal and Executive Development. Result Institute has come out with a program. We call it U-Square. U-Square is a framework. U-Square is a support system to give you the ability to create a safe, sustainable, and joyful future for yourself, your community, and your organization. So U-Square is you times your own potential. U-Square is designed to enable anyone who so desire to use that support system and that framework to acquire the ability to awaken to his ability to create a safe, joyful, and sustainable future for himself, his community, and the organization he may happen to belong to. We have come to discover that our education system, the conventional educative system, teaches us, produces people, while job seekers, people that are not happy and satisfied with the level of their personal accomplishment, they are not happy, they are not healthy, they are not wealthy. And yet, we deeply believe, at Result Institute, we believe result is the name of the game. We believe our journey here, we have shown up here on this earth to be able to judiciously use our resources and develop all of our potential. We combine what we have discovered as a missing piece, and then we have blended it into a program, science-based program. Actually, U-Square is not only the blueprint that is given to you even in business schools, conventional mainstream culture gives you the blueprint. Blueprint is the how to do. You may have the best blue skill, the best teacher in the world, but if you don't have the in factor that make it work, then nothing works. The in factors that drives you to take the required action to make it work, nothing actually works. The in factor is the mindset. The in factor is the handset. The in factor is the invisible side to success. Why is it that those who make it so wonderfully in their life, carry the same brain we do have in terms of universal truth? We will have the same brain in terms of universal. What makes the difference is the wiring. Our brain, our heart set, our perspectives on life make the difference in terms of the in factor. And the in factor is the critical part to a success. So we combine the blueprint, we bring in the in factor, and that's not all. The third combination, which part of the U-Square system, is the mentorship. Mentorship, you see, you can learn on your own through trial and error. But today, you don't have to do that because people have spent 50 years, of their lives figuring out how to do things. Why we do what we do. Why we don't do things that we like to do. People have spent times, night over night, years upon years to figure out. So the blueprint, way to do is available. So we need just the mentorship. Instead of figuring on your own, it will take you so much time to be figuring it on your own. The mentorship is important. It's the support from our peers. I think our system is built in a way that the support system involves not only the mentorship, but also the community. The community, when we are learning in a community, because we provide an environment where you are pushed to be the best version of yourself. So U-Square actually is not only the blueprint, the how to do, the skill set part of it, but is more importantly the in factor, mindset, heart set, but also the support system, which is the mentorship and the community support. So U-Square, that's how U-Square is designed, so as to kind of complete what is lacking in what we believe is lacking in our conventional education. That reminds me of what Napoleon Hill consider as an educated person. He says an educated person is not a person with general or specialized knowledge. A truly educated person is a person that has so developed the faculty of his mind that he can obtain, and that's the most important thing, part of that quote, that he can obtain anything he desires without violating the right of others. Education with such definition is about awakening to our own ability to create a joyful, sustainable future for ourselves, a safe, joyful, and sustainable. Awakening to the ability to create a safe, joyful, and sustainable future for ourselves. I think that's the future of education. Education of tomorrow should be an awakening process to our ability to create a safe, joyful, and sustainable future for ourselves. And we are on that journey to making education to be that awakening.
About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no deceit. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. Each day, we're on the run. This is what we waited for. About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no deceit. This is what we waited for.
Now, you may ask me, how to create a safe, joyful, and sustainable future? What's the steps? U squared, yeah, we understand it is the in factor, the blueprint, the mentorship. But how do we use that framework, that support system? Actually, it's a training organized in six steps. 6 steps, beginning from step 1. Has to be do with awareness expansion. You see, you can't escape a prison if you don't know you're in one. And to some degree, all of us are in one. You can't escape a prison if you don't know you are one. Everything starts with awareness. So step 1 of the U squared training, U squared system, brings you much awareness as far as the key areas of human volition. When you take control of those key areas of human volition, by law, you take control of your life. So, first step of the journey we are going to have with the youth core support system is awareness expansion. You can't escape a prison if you don't know you are in one. And there is a stepping out process. You step out through the awareness expansion, you become able to see that why I've got myself here. Say, okay, I understand. You'll be able to say, I've discovered the enemy and the enemy is me. I've discovered the key, better key to my future, and that better key to my future is me. I've discovered the enemy and the enemy is me. I've discovered the better key to my future, and that better key to my future is me. I've discovered that there's no victim, only volunteer, and that volunteer is me. When you discover then that awareness, then you are in the right place to start changing, to start being a different person. When you're in that place, when you have come to that place where you have discovered that the only prison you need to set yourself free from is the prison of your own making. Once I've known that actually I've seen the key to my better, to creating a safe, joyful and sustainable future for myself, I am the one. I know it not only as an inside-based information, but as a deeper truth of my being. Then I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go because step 2, that's where step 2 comes, ready to go. Step 2 comes as a result. Actually, yes, that's what I know. What are my tools? Well, I've come to discover the key areas of human evolution. When I take control of those key areas of human evolution, I take control of my life. Then step 2 of the journey towards awakening to the ability to creating your own future, your best future, the desire, bringing the desired possible future into your present. The step 2 is the mastery over your inner landscape potential. You can never give people better things until you first give them a better image of themselves. You understand? And that reminds me of the popular quote, I think popular saying, who says, teach a man how to fish, you feed him for life. Give him a fish, you feed him for day. And the only significant value you can add to people's life is to show them how to use their potential. How to use their potential. So that step 2 takes you on the journey to mastering your inner landscape potential. Mastering the inner landscape potential so that you get your mind right to succeed by design. So that you have your mind and heart set right. Remember we say, people, we are out there playing program, hardwired program in our brain, emotional addictions of our body. That's their drive. The drive behind our 95% of our action that has produced the result which we have in our life. We may like it, we may not like it, but we should know that the drive behind 95% of those actions that have produced our result today comes from a hardware program in our brain, and then the emotional addiction of our body. Those are the 2 drives. So we better have a good hardwired brain, mindset, what we call mindset, so that the 95% of our cognitive behavior is supportive to what we say we desire, we want, and aspire to in our life. So inner mastery over your inner landscape potential gets you beyond one major illusion, and that illusion is the illusion of who you think you are. The illusion of who you think you are. Once you understand that actually you are full as a human being, full of talented ability that has the capability to shape into existence, to bring into existence what he desires to experience in his life, then you embrace the hero in you. You embrace the hero in you, and you will step up to higher and better challenges. That's the step 2. You will be able to step up to higher and better challenges as a result of knowing, getting beyond the illusion of who you think you are. You have come to a place where you have understood where that you are full of talented ability, you are able to shape, to bring into existence anything you can conceive, you aspire to have. So mastery over your inner landscape potential is the step 2 of the process. And then step 3 of the process gets important. You see, information is about understanding. That process, U-Square, is a transformational process, which means we go from thinking to doing to being. And then to get from that 3 stages, thinking to doing to being, something has to be done. Something has to be done because information is overloaded. It's the most available commodity there is today, and as such, ignorance is even a choice today. It's maybe too bold to say, but ignorance is a choice. But information is not enough. People want to know how things work, as opposed to being bluntly told what to do. Don't tell people what to do, show them how things work, and with that clear understanding of the process, they will be able to set gear into motion, and it becomes natural for them to expect the desired result. Natural for them to expect the desired result. People, beyond even the wanting how, people want to know why they do what they do and why they don't do things that they want to do. And then step 3 provides you with the understanding of the transformational process. What does it take to transform, to get transformed, and presents the tools so that you have the clear understanding of where we are going to and what it takes to be transformed. When you have that understanding, you know that if I'm to be transformed, a different person, going from my old self to my new self, those are the stages. That's the journey. That's the journey. So step 3 gives you the understanding of the why behind the transformational process. Once we have had that understanding, I think now, once you set the gears into motion, those stages, you are rightful to expect the result you are to have. So this step 3, which is been a very important step, gives you the understanding how to go about, how do we bring transformation into our life? What does it take to go from the old self to the new self? What does it take in terms of neurological, biological, chemical, and behavioral change? So step 3 is very important. But step 4 now, you need to, once you understand now, I say, okay, well, but I said a moment ago that 95% of things we do, the driving force behind those things are the hardwired problem in our brain and the emotional addiction of our body, as opposed to what we say which we want to be and everything. They're driven from that place. So step 4 now teaches you how to break from the habit of being yourself. You understand the mechanic behind the production of result and your behavior that you are performing every other day. So step 4 of the program actually shows you how to break from the habit of being yourself, from thinking to being to doing. You understand what is holding you, and then step 5 now. Step 5 of the process is about creating the new mind. Yeah, because if we want people to stay motivated and to be on track, to stay motivated and to be on track, to stay motivated and be on track, we need to get them to be defined by the vision of the future. By the vision of the future, because actually we are wired to think from the past. And then you can create a safe, joyful, and sustainable future thinking when 90% of your thought is linked to the past. It's a hardwired program. A minute ago we said 95% of our cognitive behavior has as a driving force hardwired program in our brain and the emotional addiction of our body. How do you then go from thinking from the past to thinking from the future? How do we do that? How do you do that? Actually, we do that We do that by getting rid of the 95, because out of the 6 to 70,000 thoughts that flow into our mind per day, 90% of those thoughts are the same thought like the day before. That's what science teaches us. Neuroscience, neurobiology teaches us that 90% of the thoughts that flow daily into our life are the same like the day before. And if the way we think, if our thought has something to do with the result we are producing, we may like it, we may not like that result. Then, if 90% of the thought flowing into our mind are the same like the day before, then how much of the new life have we created? So, to create a safe, joyful, and sustainable future for yourself, we need to be defined by the vision of the future. Being defined by the vision of the future is what we call step 5. Engineering the new mind, engineering the big picture, creating the new mind. Creating the new mind is simply getting you crystal clear on your expectation, strategy, and habit in all the areas of human experience. How much quality of life will you have if you are not clear on your heart? How much quality of life will you have if you have not learned how to experience quality emotion on an ongoing basis? So it's about getting clear on your health expectation as far as your health, your intellectual life, your emotional life, your social life, love relationship, parenting strategies, social relationship, quality of life, and even purpose and meaning. So it's about getting clear to the level that our thoughts are now projected from the past to the future. We are so full of, so clear about what we want out of our life that we are no more defined by the vision of the past, but we are instead defined by the memory of the past, but we are instead defined by the vision of the future. And then it takes tools, it takes technology, it takes means to reframe, to rewire your brain so that the brain is thinking not from the past, like I said, but from the future. And we do have tools. Tools, like I said, high-speed belief change protocol. We have combined tools, mind reframing combined tools that will allow you to go from your own self to being your nerve self, to get so crystal clear, and so that by the time you end that process, that step, you are out, you come out with a well-customized life blueprint from which you draw inspiration and empowered action. And then when we finish that step 5, where we are clear about what we want, there is a story about, I think it should be, I read it in a book, where somebody came and asked his friend, please could you tell me where I should go from here? While this friend answered him, well, that depends on a great deal on where you want to get to. He answered, no, I want to get nowhere. Then the answer was just simply, actually, if you keep on moving, you will get anywhere. And he said, no, but I need to get somewhere. Well, if you walk long enough, you will get somewhere. So that shows you that actually we need to be crystal clear about what we want out of our life. Then the step 6 now is about disrupting the mind-body dissonance. It seems a kind of a big word, but disrupting mind-body dissonance means just simply that to align your mindset with your heart set. Creating a habit, because we need to get from conscious competence, unconsciously competent. Habit is when your body knows better than your mind. So we need to teach your mind to welcome the new mind. Step 6 is about teaching your body, to welcome the new mind. To welcome the new mind, because actually it becomes part of us. When we get to a level where the way our brain is firing, the way our emotion is handled, is aligned with what we desire, what we expect, what is our expectation, what we wish to have in our life, then we have disrupt the dissonance. So it's about transformation, is about getting to a level where your body knows better than your mind. It means you are it, you are success. You don't think about success, you are just success. Because you go from thinking to doing to being. So the step 6 about is to teach you how you can teach your body to welcome the new mind. Remember, step 5 was about getting crystal clear on our highest expectation, strategy, and habit. And we've said that to create a greater life, a safe, joyful, and sustainable future, we need to learn how to experience quality emotion on an ongoing basis. This is the hard set part of it. Quality emotion on an ongoing basis. We need to be emotionally intelligent, and I think emotional intelligence is part of the concept section of U-Square program. So once we have been clear on what we need, what we want out of our life, we said we need to now disrupt the dissonance. We need to now to change the body to welcome the new mind. For one thing, we need a wake-up call. To change, we need a wake-up call. You can learn change in a state of joy or inspiration, and you can learn change, or you can transform in a state of pain or suffering. U-Square is a support system, a framework that gives you the ability to create a safe, joyful, and sustainable future for yourself. If you go and you embrace, you work with the U-Square system, I'm telling you, you acquire this ability, awakening you to that ability. And we say U-Square is specific from our conventional education tool, because U-Square combines 3 parts of the learning process. U-Square is not an insight-based training only. It's not information that they pump into your head, because the knowing does not lead you to action. The knowing does not lead you to action. It's the understanding and the application that leads you to action. So it's not only an insight-based training. It's not a blueprint, which means just insight-based training. U-Square is the in factor. U-Square is the in factor. And when we say in factor, we say you can have the best system, you can have the best teachers, you can have the best product, but if you don't have the inner drive that makes you to do what is necessary, the inspiring action, those best teachers, those best information, they are of no use. So U-Square is the in factor. The inner drive, you understand? The inner drive, U-Square is also the right mindset. And we say 95% of our cognitive behavior, 95% of our cognitive behavior are driven by the hardwired program in our brain and the emotional addiction of our body. So U-Square is rewiring. It's about learning, unlearning, and relearning. You understand? It's learning, unlearning, and relearning. And learning, unlearning, and relearning, not at the intellectual level, but at the core level of your being, so that it changes with your belief system, so that the transformation is completely irreversible, because what has changed is the hard drive.
About to leave, already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no deceit. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done already packing. Come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no disease. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow.